Sportsnite Niagara presents the brand new Tim Hortons I Want to Know segment, brought to you by the new breakfast wraps at Tim Hortons. A new weekly segment. Viewers can submit questions for the Niagara coaches, administrators, or student athletes, and we encourage you to submit your own questions at purpleeagles.com. Click on the Tim Hortons I Want to Know button. And we have questions tonight, one for Coach Dave Burkholder, who's sticking around for another segment. And Coach, Beth in Lewiston asks, what challenges has your team faced this season playing so many games on the road?
Well, I just think proper nutrition and proper rest are the two keys, especially when you're making the long bus trips. But these guys are great athletes and in very good physical condition. So as much as we've been on the road, it hasn't been a problem for our guys.
Second question from Chuck in Grand Island. He writes to athletic trainer John Monroe. The basketball team has been pretty healthy this season, and when they haven't been, they don't seem to stay hurting for very long. So what are your secrets?
Well, the key to what we do here is it's kind of a team approach. It's really important to have a good plan in place. So we really work well with our team physicians, Frank Schleer, Jerry Andres. Helps us get them in quickly, get them special tests if they need them, x-rays, MRIs, get an assessment, get a diagnosis. Once we get all that in place, then we put a rehab program in place. The guys are really highly motivated and they're great athletes to work with. They're motivated to get back on the floor. So my job is fairly easy. We use a bunch of the different modalities, and then we design a rehab program, and then we try to get them out there as quickly, as safely as we can.
2 down, 1 to go. Our final question on the Tim Hortons I Want to Know segment, another one for Coach Burkholder. Daniel from Niagara Falls, Ontario asks, I'm coming to a couple of games soon, and I'm wondering what players on the hockey team should I be watching for?
Good question. I would go with Chris Moran, who's our top scorer, and he's going to graduate being one of our all-time leading scorers in our program's history. And his centerman is Ryan Alinas, our senior captain, and those two have been our go-to guys most of the season.
If you have questions for any of the coaches or student athletes, click on the I Want to Know button, the Tim Hortons I Want to Know button at purpleeagles.com. That's a wrap for Sports Night Niagara for this week. Special thanks to Coach Dave Burkholder and Coach Susan Clements of the volleyball team, the MAC champions, the women's volleyball team. We thank you. We ask you to check the schedules and get out to Monteagle Ridge and join your Niagara sports teams. Good night, everyone, for Sports Night Niagara.